Hi everybody, the long-awaited update for DayZ is here. DayZ update 1.06, which brings in, of course, Livonia as well. If you purchase the DLC for the paltry sum, it's about £12, something like that, you have now access to a whole new map, which is really cool. So what I thought I'd do in this video is I'll just go through the patch notes to bring us up to speed on the things that we should be looking for, not only on Livonia but also on the original Generous map as well. So here we go. The Livonia DLC is rolling out on all platforms together with the update 1.06. The game update brings new weapons, long-awaited console features, and the mighty bears. The most adventurous of you can jump into the forums to check out the full PC, PS4 and Xbox changelogs, which I will be talking about. Features: the bears, the new kings of the forest, have started to roam Generous and Livonia. Fishing, is the new way to relax, catch junk and occasionally some fish. The Vega, Blaze, Colt 1911 and BK43 are now available to diversify your arsenal. If you want a Green Ada or a Black Gunter 2, it's in store. Xbox and PS4 players can now use their mouse and keyboard on the servers identified as supporting them. The gamepad is always available on all servers, so mouse and keyboard on Xbox, PS4, should you want it. Server situation: this is of interest to anybody who runs a private server. The game update 1.06 won't require any character or storage map items wipes. Your gear will remain. On official servers, you will be able to join Generous and Livonia servers with the same character. Server owners: there are no pre-requirements to host your own Livonia server. Any server can run this terrain as well as Generous. Joining a Livonia server requires to own the Livonia DLC. To complete the blacklist feature, server owners can now run their servers with a whitelist. When a player is added to the whitelist, he gains the ability to join the server, whereas he loses it and gets kicked when removed from the list. So these are good controls. The official documentation will be updated later this week. So what we don't know right now for server owners is if you do switch over to the Livonia DLC, and if you've got a Nitrado private server, you change the mission to Livonia, what happens to the database for your Generous map? Whether all that progression just disappears. That's an interesting thing that we don't know whether that's working or not. Well, how it's going to work. Whether every time you flick from Livonia to Generous and back from Generous to Livonia, whether it's like you do a fresh wipe or whether you just go back to how it was before you did the wipe. So I know we're gonna have to see that. So let's now flick over to the slightly more detailed patch notes. Console update 1.06. Get all the details and full patch notes below. Remember to post your feedback on the feedback tracker. So in the game they've added support for mouse and keyboard. They've added the Vega shotgun, the Blaze rifle, the BK43 with a sawed-off version, the Colt 1911. Magazine variants for existing weapons. Oh my gosh. Drum mags, high capacity mags, etc. If it wasn't complicated enough, with all the different ammo, all the different weapons, we've now got different magazines to go with the different weapons. We've now got the bear. We've now got fishing. Item attachments can now be damaged. Oh, so you can damage those scopes, maybe damage those clips as well. Added the ability to harvest sticks from bushes with bare hands. Good. Added the ability to break long sticks into small sticks with bare hands. That makes sense. Cars now have a chance to spawn with a certain amount of fuel. They've added a throwing in crouched and prone stance. They've added items are now spawning in greenhouses. Oh, that's good. I thought it was always a bit odd that they were empty. You should be able to grow stuff in greenhouses too. They've added ejecting rounds from firearms. And now this is a really important one for quality of life. Added name search in the server browser. They've added vehicle headlight controls in the tutorial screen, so you now turn them on or off. They fixed climbing over an object would break the holding animation. They fixed footstep sounds are missing textures on the tactical goggles. Picking an item with a battery attached would cause the batteries to be detached. They fix that. Damaged and destroyed textures of night vision goggles. They fixed where you couldn't place landmines or bear traps on streets or sidewalks. They fixed that it was possible to drive a car when it was submerged underwater. They fixed an issue that would lead to blocked hand slot. We've all had that, haven't we? They fixed attaching items would be forced to follow a hierarchy, i.e. when assigning a battery to one of the multiple attachments. They fixed object placement fixes to the generous plus terrain. They fixed God rays were not visible with lower overcast values. They fixed lightning density wasn't properly synchronized in multiplayer. They fixed several incorrect collision geometries that could be abused. They fixed white outlines on the tourist signs when in the shadow. Fixed missing shadow on the roadblock bags curve. Yes, so they fixed lots of things that were wrong. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll put the links in the show notes. Excuse me. I've still got a bit of a cough and a cold. Tweaked balanced item health. This will affect your active items, so they may change their condition to be better or worse. Tweaked lowered the chance to find food on infected. Great. Tweaked updated the loot group positions. Tweaked balanced item durability. Tweaked damage to items with cargo items is no longer guaranteed. Tweaked the bandage dressing can now be used 4 times instead of 2. They've lowered the blood regeneration rate. The fireplace in the Krasnostav airfield is now usable. Gulgolvo now has a pub PA, a public announcement system. Teddy bears are no longer spawning with items in their cargo. There is now less rain during the medium overcast on Chernerus. The NBC suit is now completely waterproof. Inventory view of the play carrier pouches. Closed shipping containers now have visible locks and the doors open in twin mode. So there's a few more things in there that we can, again, you can read. And server added whitelist, added server modifier for control only servers. Known issues. This is a bit of a worrying one. The team is currently investigating issues with the inventory that may result in trouble picking up items or sorting them in the inventory. Happy days, great. So we can't pick stuff up again. But there we go. There's the show notes, the patch notes for the 1.06 update on DayZ on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. Obviously, the big news is Livonia. You've got to buy it though to play it. And also the fact that there's now bears that are wandering around Chernerus and Livonia, and we can now fish. How about that? Anyway, I'll put the show notes in the link down below. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.